Virtual teams are now the preferred business model in this age of COVID, but do you know how to establish and manage a virtual team? Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Zeischer, and this is the 25th in a series of short videos designed to help entrepreneurs and small business executives. So with that, let us consider the first slide. The title of this short video is Virtual Teams Beyond the COVID Age. And the idea is how to build and grow a successful virtual team in this new business environment. So before we do anything, let us look at the definition of a virtual team. A virtual team is a series of core members that interact primarily through electronic means. Each one of the members of the team is engaged in an independent task, an interdependent task. And they all have a shared vision and clear guiding principles even before you start the team. The most important part here is actually the virtual leader. A virtual leader must, at the very beginning of the presentations or the meetings that you're going to have, you need to broadcast everyone business expertise and their accomplishments. So everybody understands what each person is going to do and the interdependency that they're going to have with one another. A virtual leader needs to understand that if you're going to be using a virtual team, you're going to lead, you're not going to manage. So what you're going to do as a virtual leader is that you're going to give direction. You're not going to give orders. And you need to be comfortable with a decentralized structure. A decentralized structure means it's not hierarchy. You're not giving orders. You're giving direction, and then you're letting your team follow your directions. The most important thing that a virtual leader must do is to empower the team. And to empower the team, the virtual leader must be willing to do two things. First, the virtual leader must not micromanage what the members are going to do, since they're going to be in different geographical locations, maybe different time locations. And the second thing is, you need to make sure that your team members take ownership of what they're doing. So they're going to be little managers themselves. And that is what we mean by team empowerment. Now, communications is the most important thing. So in a virtual setup, the most important thing, there's three important things: communications, communications, and communications. So if you're going to be a virtual leader, you need to set up your time limits. And by time limits, I mean this. If you say we're going to start the meeting at 3 o'clock, you do on time start. Let's say that you have 6 members that are going to be part of your team. 5 are present, 1 is not. You don't let 5 people wait for number 6 to come in. You need to make sure that everybody is in on time. So don't let your participants wait because somebody is not on time. And if you say this is going to be an hour meeting or an hour and a half meeting, make sure that you end on time. Well, the other thing is you need to make sure that you have a very clear agenda for each one of your virtual meetings and the goals that you want to achieve in that particular meeting. A virtual team has 6 key performance indicators. What is the agenda? What is it that you're trying to do? And make sure that everybody understands that before the meeting starts. You may have to email them. You may have to send them information in documents as PDFs. The agenda needs to be clear. The agenda and the goals actually go together. What are the goals of that specific meeting? And how are you going to divide the tasks for each one of the team member participants? The virtual team needs to have great collaboration. Each member needs to understand the importance that the other members of the team are bringing to the task, and set priorities. Don't say we have 10 different things that we're going to do. Of those 10 different things, pick the first most important 3, and those are the ones that you're going to use as your priorities, which of course they will change. And then you need to have a motivated team. So the other thing that I want to make sure that we all understand in a virtual team is that since every member has expertise and authority, the responsibility of the authority of each team member will shift with the project process. So at one point in time, one member becomes more important, and at another time, another member becomes the most important. So I think that if you keep these things in mind, you have a very good chance of having a very successful virtual team. If you go to www.zeicherinstitute.com, you will see our webpage. We have 10 easy to follow recorded lectures complemented by hundreds of slides. If you purchase the online course, you will receive a complimentary copy of the complete transcript as a PDF. So you don't have to start writing anything. Everything about the course will be at your fingertips, thus allowing you to make a copy of the transcript. And in the website, you will find the entire lecture number 1 as a free gift, which is about 30 minutes in duration. So please do that, and I wish you the best of luck as an entrepreneur.